Good morning students, welcome to our online video class of chemistry. In this video we will discuss about what is called salts, pH scale, etc. Next we are going to discuss about pH scale. It is a scale for measuring hydrogen ion concentration in a solution. In 1909, Sorensen devises a scale known as pH scale, on which the strength of acid solution as well as base solution could be represented by making use of hydrogen ion concentration in it. And the P in pH stands for potence. It's a German word which means power, and the letter H stands for hydrogen ion concentration. What is pH? The strength of an acid or base is measured on a scale of number called pH scale. And pH scale has values from 0 to 14. Neutral substances have pH of exactly 7. If the pH is 7, it means the substance is neutral. An example is pure water. And if the pH value is less than 7, it is acidic solution. For example, a solution having pH of 4 will be acidic in nature. More acidic a solution is, the lower will be its pH. For example, a solution of pH 1 is much more acidic than another solution of pH 4. pH is inversely proportional to hydrogen ion concentration. As the pH value increases, H plus ion concentration decreases. And as the pH value decreases, hydrogen ion concentration increases. Children, now you can say why pH value 1 will be much more stronger acid than another acid having pH 4. Lower the pH, higher will be the hydrogen ion concentration. If hydrogen ion concentration is higher, that means it is strong acids. That is why pH value 1 will be much more stronger acid than other acid having pH 4. And bases have pH of more than 7. It is in between 7 to 14. And a solution having pH of 11 will be basic in nature. The more basic a solution is, higher will be its pH. For example, pH 14 will be much more basic than another solution of pH 10. pH plays an important role in our everyday life. For example, we know that our stomach produces hydrochloric acid, which help us for digestion of food without harming the stomach. If the amount of hydrochloric acid is excess, it causes indigestion of food, which result in pain, irritation, etc. To get rid of from this pain, we use antacids. What are antacids? Antacids are mild base. Antacids are basic in nature. It reacts with the acid in our stomach and neutralize it. The commonly used antacid are milk of magnesia. And another example is, if pH value of rain is less than 5.5, it becomes acid rain. Best way to avoid tooth decay is cleaning our mouth thoroughly, and toothpaste help us to prevent tooth decay. Toothpaste is slightly basic in nature. It reacts with the acid in our mouth and neutralize it. pH value is important for our soil and growth of plants. pH value of soil close to 7 is best for the growth of many of the plants. Next topic is universal indicators. Universal indicator is a mixture of many indicators which give different color at different pH value of entire scale. And the color is different for different values of hydrogen ion concentration. In this chapter we had studied about many types of reactions. Reaction between acid and metal, reaction between acid and metal oxide, and reaction between acid and metal hydrogen carbonate or metal carbonates. And did you observe that all those reactions use a common product? What is that? That is salt. Then when acid reacts with the metal, a salt and hydrogen gas will form. When acid reacts with the metal hydrogen carbonate or metal carbonate, what will obtain? A salt is formed along with the carbon dioxide and water. When acid is react with the metal oxide, what are the products will obtain? That is salt and water. And also during neutralization reaction, what is neutralization reaction? Acid react with the base, form a salt and water. There also salt will form as a product. So it is very important to know what is salt. And it may be noted that salt, it is a general name and it does not refers only for sodium chloride. Sodium chloride, which is a table salt, which we commonly used in our daily life while cooking food. A salt is a compound. NaCl, that is a compound. What is a compound? A compound, it is a pure substance which is formed by the combination of two or more elements in a fixed ratio. So, salt is a compound. It is the replacement of hydrogen atom of an acid by a metal. That is called salt. For an example, HCl, that is hydrochloric acid. The replacement of hydrogen by sodium metal leads to the formation of sodium chloride. In some cases, ammonium group, that is NH4 group, also replace hydrogen of an acid. An example is ammonium chloride. We know that when acid react with the base, form salt and water. In a way, we can say that a salt has two parents, that are acid and base. And the first name of a salt is derived from parent base. And the second name is derived from parent acid. For an example, NaCl. The first name is derived from base, that is NaOH. And the second name is derived from acid, that is from HCl. When HCl react with the sodium hydroxide, that is a base, gives NaCl plus H2O. Some examples for salts are given in the table. And it may note that the salts of hydrochloric acid are called chlorides. For example, sodium hydroxide react with the hydrochloric acid form sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a salt of hydrochloric acid. Another example is potassium hydroxide react with the hydrochloric acid, form potassium chloride. Potassium chloride is a salt of hydrochloric acid. And the salt of sulfuric acid are called sulfates. For example, sodium hydroxide react with the sulfuric acid, form sodium sulfate. Potassium hydroxide react with the sulfuric acid, form potassium sulfate. And the salt of nitric acid are called nitrates. For example, calcium hydroxide react with the nitric acid, forms calcium nitrate. Calcium nitrate is a salt of nitric acid. Ammonia solution react with the nitric acid, form ammonium nitrate. And the salt of carbonic acid are called carbonates. Salt of carbonic acid are called carbonates. For example, zinc carbonate, ZnCO3, that is zinc carbonate. Then salt of acetic acid are called acetates. For example, sodium acetate, the formula is CH3COONA, that is sodium acetate. What is a salt? A salt is a compound which formed when hydrogen of an acid is replaced by a metal, that is salt. Or we can say the ion that are left behind after the H plus and OH minus ion form water, combines to form a salt. And a salt is a compound that forms when negative ion from the acid combine with the positive ion from the base. For an example, HCl plus KOH. HCl is an acid and KOH is a base. What is the definition? A salt is a compound that form when negative ion, here H plus Cl minus and K plus OH minus, then negative ion from acid combines with the positive ion of base and form salt. Then what will be the product? Product is KCl plus H2O. And the salts having the same positive ion or same negative ion are said to belong to a family salt. For example, KCl and K2SO4, that is potassium sulfate. Here KCl and potassium sulfate belongs to the same family salt called potassium salts because they both contain same positively charged ion, that is potassium ion. Another example is NaCl and sodium sulfate. And this belongs to same family salt. What is that? That is sodium salt because both contain same positively charged ion, that is sodium ion. And also we have said that the salts having same negative ions are said to belongs to a family salt. NaCl and KCl are example for such salts. NaCl and potassium chloride belongs to same family of salt called chloride salts. because they both contain same negatively charged ion, that is chloride ion. And some important families of salts are sodium salts, calcium salts, magnesium salts, potassium salts, aluminum salts, copper salts, acetate salts, carbonate salts, etc. What we learned in today's class, we learned about salts and pH scale. I hope all of you have understood what we learned today.